Is Facebook dead? Or are you just not using it right? If you're a dance or fitness instructor posting and not getting students, this episode is for you. I'm joined by Jessica of the stage again, and we're breaking down what is working to grow your business on Facebook. Let's get into it. If you're a dance or fitness instructor who wants to grow your classes, boost income, and turn your passion into a real business, you're in the right place. Each week, I'll share the exact strategies, lessons, and truth smacks from building a thriving belly dance fitness brand. We'll dive into what actually fills classes and keeps students coming back so that you can build a profitable instructor career. So, lace up those sneakers and pull on those dance shoes. It's time to build the business you deserve. I'm Orit, and welcome to Dance Fit Biz Builders. Hello and welcome to Dance Fit Biz Builders. I'm Orit, your host, and I have another special guest today, and she's a repeat guest. This is Jessica of the stage, and we're going to be talking about all things Facebook and how she grew her business with it. So without further ado, I present to you Jessica. Hello, welcome on to the podcast again.
Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here. So we're going to be talking about growing classes and Facebook, and these are all my favorite subjects. So I'm very excited to get started.
So Jessica, I hear this a lot, that Facebook is dead. Is it? Well, I mean, what are they misunderstanding here?
It is definitely not dead. So it has over 2.9 billion active accounts. So it is still the biggest platform around by far. So TikTok and Instagram are coming up its heels. It doesn't mean that Facebook is dead. In fact, for group fitness instructors, I would say Facebook is still the number one platform because it's the one that's been here the longest. And all the newer platforms kind of appeal to a younger generation. So depending on your format and who your target audience is, if your target audience is 16-year-olds, then Facebook might not be relevant to you. You might want to go to TikTok. Although the people who are going to pay for the 16 years are going to be the parents. If your target audience is more like young adults in their 20s or 30s, then Instagram is where they like to hang out. But for most fitness instructors, which is, the people that I help the most people that go to a fitness class, whether they go to a gym or they go to a studio or they do this online, most of them are in their 30s or above. They're moms, and those people are on Facebook. So it is not dead by far. There has more competitions, there's more variety, there's more stuff to do. But Facebook is still very, very big and very, very relevant.
Thank you for that. How do you feel Facebook is different than the other platforms?
I have a soft spot for Facebook. Facebook is just a lot more comprehensive. So there's a lot more, what is the word? Like, I want to say bulky, but not bulky is not the word. It has more stuff in it. So the other platforms, yes, you're allowed to post and have a personal profile or a business version of it, and there's insight, but all the other platforms don't have Facebook groups. And Facebook groups is something that is really, really, really unique to Facebook, and it is a game changer when it comes to building an audience, growing an audience, getting yourself seen by the right audience. Not that you have to have a Facebook group, but just the fact that Facebook has groups really helps you grow your audience, even if you don't have one, even if you don't have a group. So it's harder to do to create that sense of community in other platforms. You have to create that sense of community in like the actual profile that you have. And it's just not as cozy, I want to say. So creating groups or having access to groups is something that makes Facebook very, very unique. Another thing that makes Facebook very unique, and I think that is very attractive for fitness instructors, especially the ones who are not really good at promoting your classes. So if you're good at teaching your classes, but not so great at promoting your classes, definitely do Facebook first and then Instagram. Because Facebook really likes to portray the real you, the reality of who you are, the behind the scenes, the mundane. When it comes to the other platforms, you either have to do all video, which takes a lot of editing, and a lot of instructors can kind of get in their head about that and either don't do it or don't do it consistently because it can become very overwhelming. or it has to be very polished. Like Instagram has to be very polished. You want to look your best. You want to have good filters. You want to, that's like a more glossy version of you. So again, if you're not good at promoting your classes and now you have to do it well to where it looks polished, the likelihood of you promoting and staying consistent goes way down. But on Facebook, you don't have to. Facebook really likes it when it's you just being you. When we get to see the dirty dishes, you without makeup, you with, your hair all over the place, when it's not polished, those things do really well on Facebook. So then that allows instructors who just want to grow their classes, they don't have time to be messing with all of these, edits and filters, and that you don't have time to do that because you're teaching 17 classes. Just post something, however it is, selfie, sweaty. Facebook loves that type of stuff. So that's another thing that I find very unique to Facebook and just very nice to, I don't know, it feels just more genuine and more authentic.
How do you know this? Is it because the algorithm wants more authenticity, or is it because that just seems to be the trend with the people on Facebook?
Both. So, first of all, the way that Facebook was invented, right, when it first started, is that people would go into Facebook to check you out, to see what other people were doing. It's a social platform. People would not go to this platform to find a new coach, to get a personal trainer, to buy a beauty product. Like that's not how it started. It started because I want to see what Jessica's doing. I want to see what Susie is doing. I want to see what the people who I went with high school, what are they up to? Do they have kids? Where are they living? So people would go jump on the platform to just see what other people were doing. So it just naturally became the platform to go check people out. So then it's not the platform to be polished and like, create that influencer type vibe. Instagram, when it came, it was really for photographers, really liked Instagram because it was all about, they didn't have video. It was all about the photography. So then that was something that was like, oh, they can see like in Pinterest and Etsy, like all of these other stuff that had a different vibe to it. But Facebook, what made it unique was that it was about the people. So then as Facebook has evolved, that didn't really change. People still go to Facebook to check somebody out to see what your ex is up to, and where they're at, where they're working, and so that still does very well on the platform. And then when it comes to the algorithm, Facebook likes faces. Facebook. So
Yeah.
it naturally is going to like the types of posts that have selfies, have people in it, have group pictures. It's more people oriented. So the algorithm will pick up on that and it actually scans every post. So if it scans a post and it doesn't have a face, it will demote that post because Facebook wants faces. So it's very important that when you're posting, you post faces, preferably of you, your face, right? But if it's not your face, your kid's face, your friend's face, your students' faces, group pictures, just use faces on Facebook.
Wow, thank you for that. Really getting into the minutia of it. So, listeners, I hope this makes you feel like you're a little bit off the hook, that you don't have to be too polished now. Facebook wants you to be transparent, genuine, authentic, your real you coming forward. So what do you think? So when it comes to dance and dance fitness instructors and just fitness instructors, then if authenticity matters and not being polished, what do you think will stop the scroll?
Yeah, so you want to share, entertain, or educate. So if you're sharing something that is part of your real life, like for example, I just shared my daughter, she's 14 and she's getting ready to a formal and she went shopping for a dress and I didn't go with her, so I didn't know what she was going to buy. So I just posted like the dress that she bought her and her dress. Stop the scroll. Like I got tons of likes through that one because I'm sharing something personal, right? So sharing stops the scroll. Educating, so if you are educating into something, 3 tips to do this or how to do this, or something that's going to help your target audience achieve a goal, that also tends to be a scroll stopper. Depends a lot on how you word it. Copywriting does play a big role here. And then entertaining, and this is the strong suit for dance fitness. Your superpower is that you're an entertainer, you're a performer. You
Right.
do this, you get paid to do this in your classes. So do Not honestly, when especially when it comes to reels, all you need are 6 seconds. You don't
Mm.
need a full routine. You don't need between 4 and 8 seconds is kind of like the sweet spot. But you don't need complicated edit it. You just need to show a step. If I'm doing a whole salsa routine, I don't need to show the whole, just salsa side. That's it. If you're doing belly dance, just a belly dance move over and over for 4 seconds. Like that's enough to get people to just look at it and say, what's this? Right. So you don't need to do much. You're already, you being a performer is already enough. All you have to do is just put yourself out there and do it consistently.
Yes, so then I guess potential customers really like a mix of business and personal?
Now they do. So that shifted. So it used to be that, first of all, it was 100% personal, and then it shifted into 80/20. Like you needed to post 80% personal, 20% business. Now it's more of a 50-50 because, especially with Instagram coming up, Instagram is very, like, if you're looking for something, I have my sister, she buys everything from Instagram and she'll have a cute top. And I'm like, where do you get them? Like, I don't know, Instagram. Like, she doesn't even go to stores anymore. So there's now this culture that you can go to Instagram to buy stuff. And that has spilled over into Facebook. So now Facebook is a little more lenient and the Facebook audience is a little less turned off by, having business posts. However, you do have to understand how to post in a way. The way that you post on Instagram to get a registration or get a student to come to class is going to be different than a way that you post on Facebook to get a registration or get a student, because on Instagram people already kind of know that they're going into with that. On Facebook people still kind of want to check people out, so you have to balance who you help, how you help, and your personal life all in one, so that people are able to do two things. They need to see who you are as a person, as a mom, as a woman, as a wife, like the behind the scenes of that, and they need to see what you do. Oh, fitness instructor. Oh, she teaches belly dance. Oh, she does Zumba. Oh, she does yoga fitness, right? They need to have both that balance. If you lean too much to one side, you only do personal stuff, they have no way of knowing that you teach class. So then they're not going to register. If you only do business posts or fitness posts, they have no way of getting to know you.
Mm.
So then the trust factor isn't there. In order for somebody to register with you, they need to know, like, and trust you. So they know about you, they landed on something, your content, but they can't decide if they like you because they don't know anything about you. They don't know if you like coffee, if you're a cat person, if you're in Texas or in Australia, they don't know anything about you. So then the likelihood of them joining your class is very, very low.
So you've been doing this. You've been doing this combination of a little personal, some business. That's what brought you most of your clients doing it that way?
Yes and no. So when it comes to growing your audience, it's not just about posting.
Okay.
So posting is basically step one. If you think of teaching a class and you're like, wow, your warm up is so great. So people come to your class because of your warm up, and you're like, well, no, I mean, the warm up is important. It's the first part. You can't have the rest of the class and do all the fun, cool things without the warm up, but the warm up is not the class. So the posting is very important. You need to be posting. You need to be posting, balance. You need to be posting consistently. You need to be posting according to your personal brand, like all of these things. But also, and posting will help you grow your audience to a point. But the thing that will help you grow your audience is you have to be proactive. You can't just say, okay, I posted, I'm going to have Facebook send me people. Like, no, like you're never going to grow your audience like that. And, or I want to grow my classes, but I don't want to tell anybody about it. I'm just going to post. Now I'm telling people, like, no, you have to proactively go and grow your audience person by person. You have to go and talk to your audience one by one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just doing half the job.
Right. You can't just post and then not engage.
Yeah, you can't post and go. So if you just do post and go, that post is going to be delivered to your current audience, and your current audience is going to be your Facebook friends list on Facebook or your followers on Instagram. So if you have 100 people on your friends list and you post, that post goes to your 100 people. right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't go to the whole 100 people. Facebook will choose only a category, like a percentage of those people.
Mhm.
Same thing on Instagram and Facebook. So it might show it to a few more people, but mostly your content goes to your current audience, except for Reels. Reels are specifically designed to get pushed to a new audience. So if you're just posting a class picture or your schedule, right, and then you post and you go, well, it's think of it as a retention tool. It's for the people who are already in your network, are already in your class, or seeing it. It's a reminder that you're there, but it's not really attracting new people and it's not really converting people who are on the fence to do anything. So if you want to grow your audience, you need to be the one proactively go and look for people, tap them on the shoulder and tell them to come over here. The same way that if you're in a class and you want to, like, I teach at a gym. So back when I was trying to grow my classes at the gym, I would have to like literally go outside of my class and just tap people on the shoulder and say, "Hey, have you tried Zumba?" I literally just did this yesterday. I taught my class, went to sauna. There were like three ladies there talking about their toddlers and their kids, and we're talking just about like mommy stuff. And they're like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Hey, girls, have you ever tried Zumba?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Cause like we have the same schedule. Like you guys are working out and then we all meet at the sauna. Like you can just come and like check the class. And if you don't like it, no, like no hard feelings. Like you won't hurt my feelings. But have you ever tried it?" And they're like, "Oh no, we haven't." I had to literally tell them about the class, right? I'm not just waiting for people to like find me. So the same happens online. So if you post and go, it's going to help the people that are currently in your audience. But if you want to grow your audience and you want to grow your classes, you need to be the one to go outside of yourself, outside of your classes, outside of your network, and bring new people in.
Great. But I have a personal question for you. Like, what types of posts do you think brought you the most people in class?
I call them belief shifting post. I now call them boss post for short. But these are the types of posts where you need to understand where your person is at. So we need to understand who you help and how you help them, and then what's the one thing that's going to help them achieve that thing. And that one thing should be something that you solve with your class. So let's say that you help women in their 40s, and what they want to do is they want to start including strength training in their programs because they're reaching menopause and their doctor is telling them to get strong, and cardio isn't enough, blah 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 blah. So then the type of post that needs to happen is that you need to talk about your target audience where they're at in a storytelling type way. So it's like, well, I'm in my 40s and for years all I've been doing is been, taking classes in yoga and belly dance and Zumba, and those were great. I was able to keep my weight down, but now that I reach 40, there's this wall and there's a bucket. All the things that used to work don't work anymore. I'm kind of stuck. So you need to talk about the stuck per where they are stuck in their journey to achieve a goal. And then that's where you interject and you're like, that's when I learned that the one thing I needed to do was include strength training, right? Or was it include a muscle building, because all these other classes didn't necessarily include muscle building. It was a very jumpy, very cardio. So once I included muscle building in my workout routine, that's when I started to see some change. That's when I started to see my body change. La, la, la. So if you want to tone, right, your arms, build those muscles, and doing it through in a really fun, non-boring way, like my belly dance for strength training is going to be like, go come try this class. But you need to be very aware of who your people are, what do they want,
Yeah.
and then how your class fixes that problem. So you need to fix problems, not promote classes. You need to fix a problem.
In your course, which by the way, I know you're going to talk about a little later, do you go over that? How to find out what their problem is?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We do
Good.
market research. Like, no, there's a whole process to that.
Yeah, because I don't think people know where to start, like what questions to ask. So awesome. That's amazing. You know, Jessica, what I am so impressed by is your huge community and you using Facebook groups to really grow your community. Oh my God, you've got so many members. It's amazing. But how do you turn those members into clients?
The same way that you turn strangers into students on your profile. So having a community is just basically having a different like a different place to gather your people. So if you have, not everybody needs a Facebook group. Everyone's like, oh, I have a Facebook group. Like, Facebook groups take time to nurture. So if you don't have time to post on your profile, you will not have time to create a Facebook community. So I would say if you need to grow your classes, you only need to post on your profile. That's it. Now, if you want to create a community, that's going to require additional time. But the strategy is the same. We're shifting these beliefs. What we're doing in your group, in a group, is that in your profile you're kind of gathering the general target audience, and in your group you're gathering more specific target audience. So for example, for me, my target audience is group fitness instructors, right? Those are the people that I love helping. So on my profile, all of my friends, my followers, and everybody who's there are group fitness instructors. But not every group fitness instructor wants to grow their class. Not every group fitness instructor wants to make money. Some of them are doing it just for fun, whatever. If they make money, great. If one person shows up, they help one person. Like, it's not something that it's their concern. The ones who want to grow their classes, I invite them to the group. The ones who want to make more money, I invite them to the group. So now the group is more specialized. It's fitness instructors who want to grow their classes or want to make money. So same thing happens for fitness instructors. As you're helping, women in their 40s, so your profile should be women in their 40s. Now you don't know if they want to lose weight or get strong or get fit or stay active or whatever the problem is that you solve. And you create a group that's specifically for women in their 40s who want to stay active without going to the gym, for example. Well, that's a very specific group of people. Okay.
Yes.
Or women in their 40s who want to, I don't know, work on upper body, get toned arms. That's a very specific group of people. So then your group becomes you nerding out on all things about that. So in my Facebook group with Group of Fitness, it used to be just to grow classes. Now it's to make money. But back when it was about growing classes, I would talk about all of these things that you're interviewing me about all day, every single week. 52 weeks in the year. We would nerd out on this topic, and it's all people who care about that. So all that I'm doing in that group, and if you have a group, this is your job. Your job is to help them fix a problem. Gather the people that have that problem and then solve those problems for them. If you're not solving problems, if you're just announcing your class, it doesn't work inside your group to convert them into students, and it doesn't work in your profile to convert them into your students, and it doesn't work on your Instagram to convert them into your students, because you're not helping. You're just announcing.
Yeah.
So wherever it is that you're posting, profile, Instagram, Facebook group, be useful. Solve a problem. Every week, solve a tiny micro baby problem that relates to that. And you will build your profile, you will build your audience that converts into students, you will build your community that's more specified on that, and it will convert into clients or into students.
Great, great tips. I'd like to go into giving our listeners a little taste of how you coach, right? So you've gotten people into your Facebook group. They're your warm audience, right? I'm glad that they want to make money in this. But now, how do you coach people who have a fear of showing up online?
So it depends on where I'm coaching them. So if I'm coaching them on my Facebook group, then I would probably, one of the trainings, I go live every single week talking about these subjects, right? So if I know that that is a subject that many of the members have, or that's is something that I've heard now in the messages, people, saying a call like, well, I want to promote my classes, but what do you say was their fear of showing it, they don't want to post. If I see it's something that's trending because I'm getting that information in the conversations, then it's definitely going to make it into one of my, like in your case, a podcast, right? I'm going to talk about this in a very public, well, the Facebook group is semi-public, but in a very public way. And I'll talk about, why that happens, what happens, the consequences of not showing up, and maybe some alternatives as to what can you do if you don't want to promote your classes by using social media. However, if this is a one-to-one, if this is a client, somebody that's part of one of my programs, or we're meeting each other every single week, we're texting each other every single, like, we're working together, then I would look at that situation specifically and sit the person down and we would like kind of walk over, well, what is it specifically for you that you're afraid of? What's the worst that can happen? Has something happened before? How did that make you feel? Why did you feel that way? Did you try something else? Well, what if we do this tiny little baby steps? And now I can dive into that person individually versus the big concept. That's what I would post on my Facebook group.
I love that how you meet people where they are. That's great. That eliminates any fear. So, if someone were to start now promoting on Facebook using that as a tool now, what are the first few things you think that they should focus on?
So there is 5 Facebook basic rules. Write these down. So number one, choose one platform. Okay. If you're trying to post on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok and send emails, you're going to run too thin. None of it is going to work. So the idea is that, well, if I post everywhere, everybody sees me. Not if you're not doing it consistently and not if you're doing it badly. So choose one platform and then get good at that one. Okay. So choose one. I suggest Facebook just because it's easy. It's the biggest one. It's where our target audience is. So number one, choose one platform. Number two, post on your profile. Okay, there's a lot of debate. Well, I have a business page. I want to keep my business page and my business and my personal separate, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you, business pages do not work. So especially if you're a fitness instructor that teaches multiple classes and you don't have time to promote, then don't spend the time posting in a place that nobody sees. Okay, posting on your business page is actually demoting your post. So Facebook does not push that post to people because Facebook wants you to pay for ads to push that post. It doesn't work that way on your profile because Facebook shows those ads to people who are in their profile. So when you post on your profile, Facebook is going to push that post to as many people as possible because Facebook wants you to have that serotonin and good feeling like, oh my God, people like my post, so that you stay on the platform more time so that you can look at ads that they are sending you. So posting on your profile is going to have way more reach by far. There's a little test that I love having instructors do, and that is do the post in both places. Like, let's say you post your schedule, do a selfie. Here's my schedule, post it on your business page, and then wait 2 hours. This is important. Okay. Just trust me on this one, but wait 2 hours, make the exact same post on your profile. Do not share the post, just same selfie, copy paste the schedule, the thing, and paste it on your profile and see which one has more reach, where they're looking at views or insights, or which one has more engagement. And I can guarantee you the one on your profile will get more reach. So if you want your post to get seen, post on your profile. Number 3, post 2 times per week, bare minimum. Okay, on your profile, 2 posts per week. If you're not posting twice per week, you're basically not using the platform. So then nothing we say matters. It doesn't matter what you post, it doesn't matter the reel, it doesn't matter the time, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. So post twice per week at bare minimum. Use the 50-50 rule, which means 50% of your post are personal posts and 50% are fitness posts. So if you're posting twice per week, that means one post is you sharing about your family or what you did that weekend, and another post is about fitness. That can be your schedule, a class picture, what you love about this, the whole shifting, boss post thing. Like, it can be whatever you want, but make it fitness related. And finally, post selfies. Facebook likes faces, right? This is your Facebook. This is not fitness book. This is not belly dance book. This is not Zumba book. This is not my kids book. This is Facebook. And you are trying not only to promote your classes, but to promote yourself. They need to know what you look like. If you want them to come to your class, as a bare minimum, they need to know what you look like. So post selfies.
Excellent tips. I love that. You're so good at what you do. And we've got our last bonus question here, Jessica. So, what's something you believe about growing a business on Facebook that most people would disagree with?
To grow your business, you don't need thousands of followers.
Okay.
You need the right followers. I've grown my business to over 6 figures and I have less than 500 followers. Less than 500 on Facebook and less than 500 on Instagram. So it's not the quantity of followers, it's the quality. However, when you're starting out, quantity does matter. So you don't need to have thousands of followers. You don't need to have millions of followers. Like that's not important. But you do need to have the right ones. So at the beginning, if you only have 100 followers, are you going to make $10,000 with those 100? Probably not. You probably do need a little bit more, right? But you don't need 10,000. You don't need 25,000. So I've met so many fitness instructors who have fantastic social media presence. They are in the tens of thousands. There are these influencers. A lot of them are pros and they travel, so they gather a lot of followers here and there, and their bank accounts are zero. Okay. Their bank accounts are not as full as their social media. Why? Because they don't know how to convert that audience into paying customers, right? Or they don't know how to convert those followers into students in a class. So there's two different skills that allows for that conversion. So the first skill, which is the most popular skill, would be the marketing skill. That's the action of getting yourself out there, of building an audience, letting people know about you. That doesn't make a sale, that doesn't make a student. Okay. But again, we're in step one. Step one, people need to know that you exist. Okay. That's important and that matters. But to actually convert people to a student or to convert people to a client, if you have a higher ticket item, that is a sales skill. And sales always happens behind the scenes. This is why people don't know that they're missing this skill. This is the secret skill that people don't know that they don't have. And this is why they're missing that. Because if you're good at marketing, you have tons of followers.
Yeah.
So those instructors who have, 25,000 followers, great, you're great at marketing, but you're not great at sales, which is why you're not converting them into students or you're not converting them into clients. They're missing that skill. However, I focus on the other skill. I teach you how to convert first so that even if you suck at marketing, even if you're not marketing, even if you're not posting, even if you're not doing any of that or you're really bad at it, you're still converting strangers, you're still converting people into your classes. You're still making sales because you have that skill of converting, and that happens in messages. That happens one on one, which is why you don't know it because you can't see it. Marketing, you see everybody else's post, and you're like, well, I'm going to try, what she did. Let me do this reel. Let me do this post. And you can model what somebody else is doing. Maybe you don't understand why it worked or why it didn't, but you can still model it. But with conversions, the one-on-one conversations, there's no data. There's no way for you to know it. So you don't do it because you don't know that you're missing it. And then when you do it wrong because you don't know that you're doing it wrong because there's just no data. There's no way that you can model or learn this. It's very behind the scenes and it's supposed to be like that.
So smart. Learn how to convert, learn how to sell first before the whole marketing stuff. Amazing. That's brilliant, Jessica. And you teach that in your course?
I do. So this is my MO. So it's always, and especially when it comes to, I have two courses. So I have a grow classes courses and a make money courses. But in the make money program, what I teach is to make money first and then to do the marketing. In the grow your classes, I teach you how to do the marketing first and then how to translate. So because these are two different skills.
Yeah.
So if you want to make money, then you don't need to be posting. You need to be talking to people. You need to be having conversations. That's the skill that you need to master. That's the skill that's going to get them in the door. If you need to have a more visibility, then you need marketing. People don't know that you're there, that you exist. How will they ever find your class? You need visibility. So it's just two different skills, and we all need both. It's just which one do you want to work on first?
Okay, Jessica, I'm really excited. What do you have to offer our listeners?
I am reopening my marketing course. It has been closed for a while because I've been focusing on helping instructors make money. But there is a demand. I have been asked about this course now a couple of times. When am I going to bring it back? If I'm going to bring it back. So I'm going to bring it back just for you guys. So it's called Rock Your Facebook. And what we're going to do is really four things. So one is we're going to give your profile a complete makeover. We're going to clean up your Facebook so that it's clear. It's clear for people to know who you help and how you help them so that as you're getting new followers and new friends, they don't just scroll you by, they stick. They stick around to learn more about you. You also get the content converter. So this is what to post to turn those followers into students. I go very nitty gritty into all of the sections, what to say, how to say it, what not to say, do's, don'ts. We do personal feedback. I look at your stuff. I tell you what's working, what's not, all the things. We also have, it also includes a followers challenge. So this is a way for you to grow your audience by adding 250 new people who are actually interested in what you do. So these are not random, oh my gosh, cats. No, these are people who are your target audience, who are interested in the thing that you do, so that as you're posting and as you're using your content converter to convert, right, they are raising their hands, they are open to conversations, and you're able to grow your classes that way. As well as, this is the sales portion, you get it a bonus, the messaging scripts. Messages is where the magic happens. So if your marketing is doing a good job of getting yourself out there and creating engagement so that you have people to talk to, that's marketing. That's where your marketing ends, right? That won't produce a student. What will produce a student is going to be you reaching out one-on-one to the people that engage on your content. What do you say to those people? This is where you get all the DMs, the conversation scripts. It's a plug and play. I teach you exactly, if this is somebody new, how do you treat that conversation? If it's somebody that was a previous student, how do you treat that conversation? If it's somebody that's kind of been hanging around your social media, but they told you they were going to come to class, but they never actually showed up to class. I'll walk you through the whole conversation so that you get those people moving closer to your class, so that it becomes signups.
Guys, you got to take this course. Where can they find it? I'm also going to put it in the show notes as well.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that course or you just have more questions, you can find me on Facebook as Jessica Holgan The Stage, or on Instagram as Jessica Fitness Boss. And just send me a message that says, help me grow my classes. Then I know you heard this podcast, you're interested in growing your classes. I'll ask you a couple of questions just to kind of see where it is that you're at, and what you've tried. And, I need to know a little bit more about you just to see if I can help you. But send me a message on help me grow my classes and we'll get the conversation going. And that's pretty much it. Just send me a message.
Amazing, Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much for helping our listeners. I really appreciate you. Dang, you're damn good. You know your shit. And I would love for you to take us out with our signature outro.
Okay, instructors, until next episode, go and kick ass.
Yes, love that. Thank you, Jessica.
Okay, that was fun.